Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Welcome back to the show. It's episode 54. What's up, guys? It's Jacqueline. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to the show. How's it going? How's your week going? What's up, guys? I don't know. I just got to check in real quick before I talk about myself. But yo, I need your help right now. I just saw something on Twitter. Drake had a party or something. Let me pull it up. He had a party and there was food served and the menu was posted. And I just want to start out. I need your help right now. I need your help canceling Drake. Okay, we need to cancel him for this shit. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I know he's had a really successful career. He's gone, he's a decade in the rap music industry. I think this is worthy. He's done after this shit. Are you ready? We've got, a nice second course here with chicken, bolognese, steak fries, grilled shrimp, cauliflower, and mac and cheese, right? Mac and cheese is where this is why we need to start. I need to start this podcast out and discuss canceling him. We got mac and cheese, right? Mac and cheese with sun-dried tomatoes, capers, raisins, and parsley. Let that marinate, sink in. Think about those flavors. You're eating a bowl of mac and cheese right now. It's got capers, raisins, sun-dried tomatoes. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I saw that posted and I'm like, canceled. What? I saw someone comment, they're like, put raisins in my mac and cheese and we're going to move some furniture real quick. Yeah, I feel like I have a cup here. I'm drinking coffee, of course I am. I got my mug here. I just feel like throwing this against the wall. That pisses me off so much. Capers and raisins. Like, I like those things separate, not together. I just don't understand. Anyways, I feel like today's gonna be a fun show. It's one of those days though, I'll be honest, it's one of those days. Jacqueline's feeling bitchy, kind of angsty. I went blind this morning on my drive home from the gym. Is that offensive to say? I know there's actual blind people out there and I feel that's rude. But I'll be honest, I did not wash my mascara off completely last night. And I went to the gym, I sweated my ass off, I did my little morning cardio, which I have to talk about. I have excellent peripheral vision and it worked today. It worked sort of in my favor today. Anyways, I'll get into that. But I sweated my ass off, drove home quickly because I'm on my new schedule this week. I talked about yesterday. I'm on this fast schedule. I got alarms on my phone on the hour, on the half an hour. It's insane. I really, honestly, after the first day, I really feel like I was successful with it. And excuse me, I got some bodily functions happening. I'm drinking sparkling water and it's making me burp. So I like this, the alarms telling me, Jacqueline, time to finish your workout and go home and podcast, right? So anyways, I got mascara in my eye on my drive home, in my right eye. And I really overcompensated on my makeup this morning. I don't know if you can tell. Go to YouTube to look. I don't know. I look kind of like shit, but it's all good. Got my hair up in a bun again. But I had one eye. I was trying to relax. You know when you have like soap in your eye in the shower and you freak out and you have to grab the towel real quick and like wash it out. I didn't have that option driving. I was just like panicking. Every time I tried to get the mascara or the eyelash out, it got worse. I couldn't fix it. So I was like, wait, I can shut one eye at a time. So I was driving with one eye shut and it's dripping and it hurts. It's getting all like puffy. For about 10 minutes on my way home, I had my eye closed. Every time I opened it, it would felt like a dagger stabbing my eye. Anyways, so that was my morning. I don't know. I don't really have like I said, I'm kind of feeling angsty today, bitchy, but I mean, like whatever. It's one of those days. It's kind of like here's the format of the show. I do it every day. Okay, I put my heart and soul out there for you guys. It's effortless though. You know what I mean? And I feel like today's a show like it's kind of like a reality show format, this podcast. if that makes sense. I don't know if it's a thing. I'm making it a thing apparently, doing it every day, but it's like watching the Real Housewives and like Lisa Rinna walks into her daughter's room. This is like an example. I don't know if this has actually happened, but it's like when you see a mom on the Real Housewives walk into her daughter's room and the daughter's like sleeping and she's got her eye mask on and the mom wakes her up and she's like, honey, we gotta go, honey, let's get up. And the daughter's like, Mom, I'm trying to sleep. You know, I feel like that mood today. Like I'm just trying to sleep. Like I don't want to be on. I don't want to talk, you know. But hey, some days you get that. Some days you get me off the rails, being crazy. Whatever. Anyways, so at the gym, let me go back to that conversation I was going to have with y'all about my peripheral vision. So, and then I'll talk about my super cozy fall evening I had last night. We'll get into my last 24 hours, but okay. I'm at the gym this morning getting shit done. And in the, like, I just stay head forward. You know what I mean? Like, I'm on the treadmill and I'm not looking both ways. You know when you've got the peripheral vision engaged and you can tell when someone's looking your way directly, like actually moving their neck towards you on the treadmills, or just like in general, anywhere in life and in public, you can tell someone's looking at you. So I have a situation. I'm on the treadmill. I've got a guy in front of me already being annoying. I see him almost every morning do this. He incline walks as high as it goes, and he walks backwards, and he's got his hands on the rails. And so I'm facing, like, I'm doing my shit. I'm facing him. He's walking backwards, staring right at me. And then this other gentleman comes on the treadmill next to me after, you know, like 15 minutes. And I don't know how to say this. I don't know. Okay. In my peripheral vision, I was like already annoyed. I didn't even get a look at I couldn't see what he looked like, but I'm already annoyed. I'm just like getting this sense that, I don't know, I'm being like stared the fuck down or something. I don't know what he was doing. He was turned sideways. This makes it sound like, Jacqueline, oh my gosh, the boys are looking at you at the gym. Like literally I look like shit, okay? I go to the gym, I try to look as terrible as possible. I had a giant baggy sweatshirt on, like I'm always wearing a baggy sweatshirt. It's like, you know, I'm not trying to show off my body this year apparently, but I just look like shit on purpose. I don't want to get looked at. But this guy was doing his like warm-up stuff sideways, looking at me for like 15 minutes. And I've got this other guy staring at me walking backwards. And I was so annoyed. I got so frustrated. I just left. I was like, I can't be like doing my shit with this annoying person walking backwards in front of me and this annoying person doing his sideways shit. You know what he was doing? He was holding on the rail on the treadmill. And we were social distancing. You know, we got one in between us. It wasn't like he was in my grill, but he was turned sideways for like 15 minutes doing this side shuffle shit. He didn't ever turn the other way. That's why I was annoyed. I'm like, dude, it's time to switch directions. So I just left. I was frustrated as fuck. And I'm angsty, all right? If you want to put some puzzle pieces together right now, I talk to you 7 days a week. Go back to Saturday when I cried over Kanye West on Joe Rogan, and I talked about how I got emotional. And then I actually cried when I did my recap. So listen to Saturday's podcast. Put that emotion together, or that emotional day together, with the angsty fucking vibe I'm putting on today. And just put those puzzle pieces together, some context clues. What do you think's going on in my life this week? Just saying, okay? I've also been tired as shit, if you want to know. I broke out on my chin. Hormones going through the roof. TMI, I don't know. We're dating, okay? We're dating at this point. Talk to you every day. We're on a phone call. I'm checking in. Letting you know. It's one of those days. One of those times. Okay? So yeah, that was my morning. And let's change the subject to be more sweet. I got the most cozy little apartment going on right now. So excited to report that I finally decided, after this entire year being a little bit uncomfortable in my own home, I finally decided I'm here to stay. I'm going to renew my lease. I'm going to really, like, I bought you know why this is a big thing to report is because I actually bought curtains. I've been kind of wishy-washy. Like, I don't know if I want to put holes in the wall and put curtains up. I took out a painting that's been in my closet all year. I'm like, I'm going to put this shit up. I'm going to move in and be here. Because this whole year has been like, I got this pandemic going on. Maybe I'll move. I don't know. But last night, I'm like, it's cold out. I got all my candles lit. I got like everything. I got a Christmas candle. It smells like Christmas trees. Got that shit lit. I've got my painting out, and I'm on Amazon. I'm buying my huge curtains that are going floor to ceiling. What else did I do? I don't know. I just had like this cozy. Oh, I meal prepped all my fall harvest fucking butternut squash and shit. It was such a good night, and I felt really grateful. Not to be annoying like this, but like I just sat there and I was like, I'm so blessed that I can even do this and be so content and fulfilled by myself in these crazy times. Because I've mentioned so many episodes, like I was uncomfortable as shit with myself all year, depressed, feeling like a lost puppy, not knowing what direction to take in life. And truly, ever since I did this podcast and started, got super ambitious, like I'm going to do this 7 days a week, I feel happier than I've ever been in my life. And so like comfortable alone. And I don't know, I can't stop gushing about it. I even got emo this morning, again, hormones, but I'm driving to the gym and the sunrise is coming up. I got my coffee. I'm like feeling myself, listening to my country music, just really brushing up on my strong American values like I do every morning. Can't recommend it enough. I got a dump truck outside. 1 second. I haven't mentioned my conspiracy theory about the San Diego waste management system, but I'll touch on that in a second. I'm driving to the gym, sunrise, and I saw some palm trees, like the silhouette of like palm trees and the sun coming up. And I was just emo because I'm realizing like I am so happy to live here and so blessed. And this is what I always wanted. You know what I mean? It's like those quotes like, remember the time you wanted what you currently have, or something like that, something along those lines. Like there was a time where you wanted this. And so I think it's easy for us to get caught up in, busyness and life and stress and forget that we've got it really good. So, yeah, and then I saw this I'm pretty sure it was a comet. Guys, I'm pretty sure I witnessed a comet crashing to Earth, breaking through the atmosphere. I posted it on my Instagram story. I know, like, no one's listening to this on that day I actually post. I don't know. I say that because I am insecure that no one listens to this, and I don't. Well, like, I'm that's cool with me because I freak out. Like, it's kind of crazy that I say so much shit about my life on here, but I joke that, oh yeah, someone in like 2 years will finally listen to this episode. But dude, I'm only on month 2. Okay, I'm working on my confidence. But I posted on my Instagram story today a picture or a video of the comet. I'm pretty sure it was because, look, I've watched enough conspiracy theory documentaries out there to know what a chemtrail looks like. This wasn't a chemtrail. Let me show the camera. Even though this is like your tease, like go to YouTube to see the picture of the comet. You can't really see it on the video. Don't look at my bad manicure. So I saw the palm tree silhouette, saw this comet going, sunrise, and then I went to Google. Apparently, this is a meteor shower. There's a meteor shower going on until November 3rd associated with Halley's Comet. It's called the Orionids. It's Orion ID. Orionid meteor is fading, but still worth checking out. Here's how. 16 hours ago. So, excuse me, another bodily function. Fucking hey. Too much sparkling water. It happens to the best of us. You know what I mean? Burpee. It's a burpee situation. But I saw this was posted. There's all these posts about this comet recently. So I'm pretty sure I witnessed it. And go to my Instagram story because it was huge, actually. It was like, I don't know. There's birds flying around too on the video. I love life. Dude, I got a life update, a young Jamie life update. I just want to shout out the fact that he is COVID free and back in business. I love talking about other podcasters, dude. I love it. He carries that show on his back. I don't know. Jamie, a young Jamie. I don't know if you listen to podcasts out there, other podcasts besides mine. I'm just assuming you guys do, but Joe Rogan's right hand boy on the show, right hand man, young Jamie was COVID positive, and now he's clear. So I'm just excited about that. And speaking about listening to other podcasters and Rogan show and everything, I overheard something yesterday that kind of inspired me to touch on this today, regarding, like, this goes out to all my fellow podcasters out there. Okay, this isn't directed to any one person, but a podcaster inspired me to say this. If you are afraid of listening to other podcasts because you don't want to get influenced by their show and change your personality and how you do your hosting, that's a cop-out. That's like saying you don't trust the fact that you're going to stay true to you if you listen to other people have a conversation. So, I don't know. I just invite any other hosts out there to explore the podcast space they play in themselves, as a host, and appreciate the people that came before you, the Rogans out there, you know what I mean? I just use him as an example every fucking show, but like, you know what I mean? Like, appreciate the fact that people have come before you, the Howard Sterns of the world, and I don't know, brush up on your current cultural events and news and society. Like, brush up on it. There's so much to know and learn from podcasts, and I don't know, I think I come from so many years of listening to podcasts, and now I'm doing it myself, but I realized, like, I say it so much. I'm like, all the people I want to be friends with are podcasters. Like, I love this shit. I love the industry. I love the art of, I just love conversations. I love telling stories, and I have this appreciation for the craft or whatever, radio, talking, and, sharing ideas with other people. I think it's one of the coolest things ever. And so, I don't know, I just overheard something yesterday. I don't want to throw shade. I don't want to get specific. This just goes out to podcasters that are afraid. They have a worry that they're not going to stay true to who they are and get influenced by other people. Because listen, I watch so many podcasts, or I'm a YouTube watcher. I was watching Bad Friends yesterday. I was watching fucking the Star Talk, or I was listening to Star Talk Radio. I watch Rogan all the time. Whitney Cummings. I watch, who else? Tim Dillon. Just listened to him and Little Xan this morning. Listen, I listen to them. I watch them. I consume so many podcasts. And if anything, it's made me feel, as a host, more than ever, like, truer to myself than ever, because I see how other people do it. And I'm like, they're not putting on a show and overthinking it and premeditating for 5 days before they go and post a show, and like overthinking it and pulling all-nighters for 5 days trying to edit, which is like, dude, it's not that complicated. You just record it, and I feel like if you're a host and you force it and you try to overthink it and overwrite it, it doesn't come across, it comes across like scripted almost and not natural. And I think it's the best when people just like go and hang out and they're like, hey, we're just doing a podcast, and it flows, and it's not, there doesn't need to be a competition about it, in my opinion. I feel like there's space for everyone to succeed in podcasting. And again, I think I joke, I'm like, I'm a conversation athlete, I'm a fucking, what do I say, I'm a podcast baddie, what do I say? But I relate it to like an athlete getting ready before I podcast. I feel like I'm in the locker room, drinking my coffee, I'm writing in my notebook, which I haven't written anything today because it's one of those days. And I joke that, it's like being on the mic with the record going. I'm feeling angsty today, guys. Can you hear it? Sorry, I'll cut this short. With the sound waves moving, it makes me feel like I'm on the field. I'm on the court, you know what I mean? And it does feel sort of like an athlete sort of feels like when I used to be an athlete. Like I get that, but I don't think in podcasting competition, it's all like there's so many niches, so many personalities. It's so subjective, and I think there's no way to really measure what the best podcast is. Obviously, there is with the, the ratings and the top charts and shit. But look, as long as you're under a contract and you've got the resources and you've got the narcissism and the and the thirst to get people's attention and keep it and do this thing, you're gonna, if you've got that, if you got an amazing if you got good people around you helping you out doing that, you're going to be the best in the world. That's just the formula at play. I feel like I'm really throwing shade right now, but like, look, you have to have some self-awareness. And as a podcast host, like, I don't think it's not like in golf where if you can, sports and athletics weed people out based on skill. Like, if you can't get the ball in the hole as a golfer, you're not going to be the best in the world, okay? I guess in podcasting, you could argue that, if you don't get downloads and subscribers and reviews after you're doing it, then, maybe it's not for you or something like that. But I don't know. I just don't think it's the same. I don't think competition, it's not like that in podcasting. I think it's people. I think it should be, and I'm just saying should, and I know I just saw Gary Vee tweet yesterday, like, should is a dangerous word. No one should use the word should. But I think podcasting should be a bunch of people appreciating each other and saying, wow, what a great mind over here. And wow, they're so funny, or they have such a great personality. And wow, this person they teach me about this every week. And, there's a coffee podcast, there's fashion podcasts, there's food podcasts, there's pop culture podcasts, there's sex podcasts and dating, and there's, science and all the shit. I think in the podcasting space, it should be this celebration of everyone, and not this like, I gotta sit and meditate for 5 days before I record this podcast. I gotta pull all-nighters editing it because I want to be the best in the world. Like, to me, that's a little bit overthinking it. You know what I mean? And I think that's how it's coming across lately, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I'm just keeping it real. Okay, I'm feeling angsty. It's one of those days. I'm gonna leave it at that. But truly, constructively, as a fellow podcaster, I'd like to talk to the podcasters out there and tell them that feel free to listen to other podcasters and do that thing. And wow, like, enjoy that. Don't be afraid of that. And like I said, it's like saying you don't trust that you're going to stay true to yourself if you do that. And I think that's a bit like, come on. Anyways, I'm going to smell my lavender, my essential oil right now to chill out. DM me if you have any thoughts on that. I just, like, how women go, oh, women celebrating other women, like, that's what it should be all about. It's like that in podcasting too. I feel like it's podcasters supporting podcasters. Why can't we be supportive? Why does this have to be this competition thing? I don't know, dude. I just had to say that. I had to get that off my chest. What did I talk about earlier? Canceling Drake for. That was kind of a weird start. Oh, we got Alex Jones and Tim Dillon on the Rogan. We have... Oh, shit. The Joe Rogan Experience, episode 1555. Alex Jones and Tim Dillon. That is going to be a banger. That's going to be so good. I feel like I've mentioned, Kevin Hart. What's my list? I got Kevin Hart, Elon, and David Blaine is my top 3 this year. Oh, Kanye's up there. So now this is going to be the list. Kanye just joined that as my top Rogan episodes. And then now, Alex Jones and Tim Dillon is going to be bumped up in that too. That's going to be my top 5 for 2020. I don't know who else he's going to interview, but that's probably going to be it. Holy shit. Dude, I'm obsessed with podcasts. I can't shut the fuck up about it. I'm like, and you know what? It's like, okay, I don't want to be the podcaster talking about podcasting on your Tuesday who's bored. I get it. But, like, it's not, I don't find it personally challenging to pour my heart and soul out for you guys 7 days a week. This is like, it's so effortless. I don't think like podcasting itself isn't challenging. I think podcasting 7 days a week is more challenging. That sounded like a contradiction. That sounded like it didn't make any sense. But I'm realizing that when it's one of those days, you know what I mean? When Jacqueline's on one, she's hormonal. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to fucking do it. Mom, I don't want to like wake up right now. Like that vibe. But it's so good for my soul. I feel like I'm listening to my soul speak every day. I've never been this happy. I compare this to morning journaling people recommend, but doing it verbal, like audio journaling. Can't recommend it enough. God, I just felt so peaceful last night and this morning with the comet. I love 2020 has really turned out to be a fabulous year for me. Speaking of women supporting other women, I got Claudia from the Morning Toast putting out a book today. Really, excited for her about that. What's the book called? Let me go to her profile. Claudia. She's so funny. Do you guys listen to the Morning Toast? They talk about like pop culture news, so I love Jackie and Claudia, but I got an issue with my Instagram today. I updated my phone. I finally upgraded my phone. Guys, I've been on iOS like 13 since I got my iPhone 7. Okay. I revealed on a podcast, I think we found out together on one of the episodes, like episode 10, that this whole time I thought I had an 8. And then I discovered, no, this is actually an iPhone 7. But I realized that I checked my iOS and it was 13. And yesterday I did 14. Now everything's getting fucked up. I'm really frustrated. Like I can't even search an Instagram profile. It like delays and lags. So that's a synonym. Delays and lags. Those are synonyms. Oh God, guys. Okay, so I'm kind of feeling like, God, I'm already shopping for Christmas, but I've been looking. I've been on the prowl for Christmas gifts. I'm going home for the holidays. I'll be doing interviews. I know a lot of you have been bugging me like, Jacqueline, you should interview people. We can't wait for interviews. Okay, like it's happening when I go home for Christmas, but I've already been looking for presents and stuff. And of course, when I do that, I'm also shopping for myself. And I don't know. I got another fucking Gap hoodie today. A vintage Gap hoodie. And I'm excited about it because I feel like, Gap's going to be the new shit. I'm wearing one right now. I'm a trendsetter. I hear Kanye talk about Gap and I'm like, well, you just got to get on that bandwagon now. You got to look cool. If I'm going to be an influencer, a podcast baddie, I got to have the newest, I've got to have the latest and greatest fashion. God, I also got to get my appearance together. I mean, I'm looking like I got to bun up again. I'm trying to get snatched, okay? I tell you guys all the time, the reason I'm so, like, guys, I can't bullshit this. I can't. The reason I do my cardio and sweat hard in the morning before I do the show is so I can look snatched and have a jawline on video for the podcast. And I've been slipping, you know what I mean? I haven't been going as hard as usual, but I don't know. I think you're gonna witness my glow up. I can't wait for that. Like year 2 of podcasting, dude. I'm gonna do like a fucking photo shoot with my headset on and lingerie. In like 2 years. I feel like that'll be my prime as a host. Because right now it's like we're coming out of depression. It's 2020. We're only in month 2. I've been feeling like a blob all year. I don't know. I know like guys out there, like nobody gives a fuck. You look fine. But I'm a chick. I think about my appearance sometimes here and there. You know what I mean? Just like a normal American female. Western American. What am I saying? Dude, who's winning the presidency? We got how many days? 7? Congress needs to get their shit together. That's all I need to say. What a fucking shit show. They're really fucking up the stock market right now. I don't appreciate it. Congress, if you're listening, please get your shit together. Figure it out. Oh yeah, okay, so I love this dude. Is it Sager? I can't say his name. He's from, is it The Hill? That morning news show, him and I can't remember her name, but I like I like DM'd her one time. I'm like, I want to be as well spoken as you someday. Let me go to it. Uh, I gotta tell you what he just tweeted about Rogan and Tim Dillon and Alex Jones. Wait, see again, my Instagram isn't working. Is it my Wi-Fi? Host. He's the host of Rising. Yeah, Rising. Who's the other lady who's on it? She's so good. Ah! Is it Crystal? Like Kimball? Crystal? Yeah, Crystal Ball. See, I see like an Instagram username all the time, and then I think it's Crystal Kimball, but it's not. It's Crystal Ball. Okay. That's such a badass name. Of course her name's Crystal Ball. Her parents did a good job. Okay. Anyways, her and Sager. I think it's a Sager. Sager's his name. They're some of my favorite news people. I like their show. I watch it on YouTube a lot. And anyways, I don't know why I'm making this sound so dramatic. He just tweeted that Joe Rogan flexing on Spotify employees and letting them know who's in charge. Because he posted he's having Alex Jones on his show, and he's like, with Tim Dillon. I don't know. Dude, just like podcasting tea, I guess. You know, someone said it. I don't know who it was, but they're like, eventually there's going to be podcasts about podcasting. Who said that? Like, imagine. Okay, holy shit. You know Fashion Police? How, like, Joan Rivers and, like, Juliana Rancic, all the E people would... God, I can't believe Joan Rivers is gone. That fucking just, like, still doesn't make sense. But they'd sit around and talk about fashion, you know, what happens at the Oscars or whatever. Like, every week there's Fashion Police shit going on in Hollywood and how people are dressing. Like, imagine if there's a Fashion Police for... Or, like, a podcast where people comment. There's a conversation about what people wore, what they talked about, you know, people breaking down other podcasts. That doesn't make any sense. Why would that exist? I don't know. My brain just goes places sometimes. It's one of those days. One of those days. Like, I could do commentary on people's podcast costumes, their studio setup. What does their set design look like? Compare and contrast what works and what doesn't. In fact, one of the lighting videos I watched, I don't know how I'm doing. Go to YouTube to look. I feel like, you know, I got natural light from my window because I refuse to put myself in a little box, a little cave as a host. If I do this 7 days a week, I want a nice view. I want a nice bright window to look through. But anyways, one of the videos I watched about lighting was this entire thing on why the title of the video is why your eyes hate Joe Rogan's new studio or something. And they broke down like the colors and the contrast and just like the distance between like the wall and him and his head position, like everything. And so anyways, I watched that, but I always talk about like my studio ideas and my set design and shit. Cause look, month 2, I'm still thinking about it. I'm still getting creative. This is going to go places. You know what I mean? I love the thing about podcasting is I feel like I'm creating a new world for myself. It's like this, it's like painting. You know what I mean? I could just add new shit out every day. You're like, how can I don't know, imagine it to be this, like I want my studio. So I just got curtains, right? I'm thinking about getting more curtains for my studio to like close myself in a little bit and like make it cool. Like, you guys can't see it. You have to go to YouTube to like watch the podcast, but you can't see the other side of what I'm looking at. I got a real like open space setup. I got Okay, Jacqueline, think about what you're going to say before you say it. I got big ass open I got open air around me. All right, I don't live in a little hole in my studio. Anyways, I'm thinking about getting like nice curtains to go around to like close me in and make me feel like I'm in like an actual studio. But as long as I have a window to look out, I'm chilling. You know what I mean? And that's part of the show. I people watch. I got other characters besides me. I got Man But Neighbor. who isn't being very like active lately. He's usually outside working out and shit. And lately he's like every 2 days I'll see him walk with his dog. And I haven't seen his fiance slash girlfriend in a while. I don't know, wife, whatever. I haven't seen her in weeks. So I don't know what's going on. Okay. I'm not speculating anything, but um speaking of characters on the show update, I got my neighbors having sex for the first time last night in months. Like, I know it's like I hear it every time. I swear it's like every 3 months. Do you hear that? I don't know if you can hear that. Like, I'm not good with my sound effects, but I heard that for a good fucking 5 minutes last night. It was real quick. So that's an update. I don't know who else could I mention, or have I talked about my kindergarten teacher neighbor in a while? She talks. Okay, so I think I've mentioned this, but every time I'm in my bathroom and she's in her bathroom at the same time, I'm always nervous I'm going to overhear her shitting or something. It's so weird to admit. Like, that's the last thing I want to hear, because for whatever reason, this place is pretty soundproof except for my bathroom. The walls are really thin between us. But she's always talking to her dog. She's a 93-year-old Chihuahua. I swear to God, it's like a 25-year-old dog. And it's like missing its eyes, or it can't see anymore. It's really sad. But she's always like, good girl, good girl, good girl. Like, in the bathroom when she's like doing her, I'm like, what are you, are you, like, I don't know. It's awkward. It makes my life a little more interesting. I feel like I have a social life when I overhear my fucking neighbors fucking and talking to their dogs. Jesus Christ. I love life. It's been such a good, like, recently I feel like it's been really good. Just looking at my notes here before I wrap the show, I had an idea. This is how I know I'm happy. This is how I know that it's a good time in my life right now. Okay, it's a big accomplishment. I'm proud of that. I'm sharing my life story. This is a fucking reality show, an audio reality show, but I've been through it this year, and I know I'm really happy right now because I'm trying to put together a nostalgia section in my apartment, a room or something where I went on, I was like on eBay, I was looking around at vintage. They're literally called vintage TVs, VHS TVs, where you stick the little VHS tape in it. Like, I'm trying to hook up in my apartment a section where I've got a VHS collection, an old TV, an old Mac computer. I looked at those this morning. I was on OfferUp, and there's a shit ton of those. I don't know, someone's got like a ton of them to sell. They're cheap too. They're so cheap. A Guitar Hero, Xbox, like the original Xbox and Guitar Hero game set up. I want 90s toys, like the little like slinky I want a yo-yo again. I don't know, for some reason I feel like part of my mental health journey and like moving forward with like progressing this happiness forward and sustaining it is trying to be mindful or whatever the fuck, like remembering the happy times of my childhood and my past and trying to relive those glory days. Am I stuck in the past? It's not like that. It's just like remembering what used to bring me joy and trying to, as an adult, replicate it again and invite it back into my life. Like, I want a yo-yo. Okay, I want to play Guitar Hero again. So right now, I'd made the decision. Told you guys I'm here to stay. I got my curtains. Got my curtains. I'm gonna stay in my apartment. I'm here forever. No. But I think that little realization about my nostalgia section I want to put together, I don't know why I call it a section. I don't have a lot of rooms here, so it's gonna be like a corner or whatever the fuck. I think that came out of the fact that I realized like I can acquire some vintage pieces for my apartment. I keep hearing it. Speaking of podcasts and podcasters, a lot of podcasters lately have been talking about how we're all just big kids. We're all grown up with children. We're basically 5 still. And I'm embracing that. I'm really taking that to heart. And, like, it's so fun. It's so fun to remember what used to bring you joy. All right, I'm going to do one quick swipey swipe on my profile on Instagram here to get just like look for some talking points. I say this at the end of every show because I don't know how to wrap it. I know it was one of those days, but I feel like I pulled my shit together at the end a little bit. Oh, I just talked about Gap. Got a Gap ad shown the camera. Shout out to my algorithm for giving me what I want. That's cool. Let me just like look and see here if I've got anything to talk about. Not really. I'm just looking forward to the holidays. I'm like feeling cozy as fuck. It's cold here in California. I went to bed with my socks on last night. I was like, oh, I got my socks on. It's cozy. They're my wool socks. I'm like, nope. 2 seconds into that, took those motherfuckers off. I was like, cannot sleep with socks. But it was cold enough. I have hardwood floor, so it's like, and I have marble. So it's like cold all the time. I'm realizing I need more rugs. So I'll probably be buying some rugs. I need a big cozy rug in my bedroom so when I wake up I'm not on this hard cold floor. Yeah. Oh, what else? Call your family. Here's your life advice. I feel like I need to educate, entertain, inspire, activate, as Logan Paul loves to say, activate my audience to do something that's helpful instead of just talking about myself. Seriously, text your mom back, call your family. Just like communicate with people in your life and cherish them, hold them tight. I don't know. Let's not forget the lesson we learned, like with Kobe and everything. Like, fuck, that was a time where everyone was just like, be in your family's business 24/7. Talk to them. I mentioned this yesterday. I was like, I'm noticing as I grow up, I'm obviously on my own in a different state, but I feel like I'm drifting from family more and more, and I'm less involved with them. And so I'm making a point. I've been making a point lately to talk to them all day long. We're always texting all day long, sending pictures, calling, like in each other's faces, because it's so good for the soul. And that's probably why I'm doing good. So if you're out there, call your family. That's your life advice today. Also, selfish moment. Go to YouTube to watch this. Look at my one of those days appearances. What am I saying? Look at my hoodie. I don't know what I'm saying this for. I don't know how to plug myself. Just go to YouTube if you want to watch this and hang out. Subscribe on my YouTube channel, actually. Patreon.com/tjmss if you want to support the show. Just calling it like I see it. Just give me your money. Basically, that's what I'm asking for there. It starts out at $5, go all the way up. I got a couple patrons paying me $20 a month. If you want to call me regularly, you get to, I do phone calls. That's where you get to see all my exclusive content. I don't know how to say it. Sometimes I'm like, why don't podcasters just say like, yo, just give me your money? That's what all these ads are about. It's about money, dude. This is about how people make a living. This is how they pay their bills and feed their children. I'm hustling in these streets, dude. This is the time. I gotta be bold. I gotta grind. But y'all hear it in my voice every day. I do this for the love of it. I love talking and podcasting, and it's my hobby right now. But if you want to support the show, patreon.com/tjms. And fucking subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Love you guys. Tuesday is done. Episode 54 is done. I hope you're all fulfilled and happy. I always say that. I really mean it. Audit yourself right now. Audit your life. Go look around and go, do I like my job? Am I fulfilled by what I'm doing? You know what? I gotta read this. This is gonna be actually good for y'all. I follow someone on Instagram that talks about business a lot. I don't want to watch this Instagram live right now. I didn't mean to tap that. She talks about business, and she posted something that was good yesterday about if you're aligned in your career. So it's split down the middle. The goal line of alignment, or the soul line of career alignment. And here's how it goes. This is something to leave you guys with. So the goal line is, she wrote here, the good job that makes The goal line is the good job that makes enough money, and you're good at it, so it should make you happy. And you've already spent so much time and money getting to this point that if you leave, it wasn't worth it, and you don't want to disappoint people. And there's no way you could be successful doing anything else. That's not where you want to be, technically. The other line, the soul line of career alignment, is considered, she wrote the other path, the one you thought of. In my case, podcasting. Even if you had no idea what exactly it is or how to get there. That's what your soul wants. That's like if you're really honest with yourself and you're like, if I could do anything and get paid for it, because you gotta like pay your bills. Like, what could I do every day that would make me so happy and what my soul wants? Think about that and go do it. Actually do it. I'm actually practicing that myself for the first time in my life. I'm like, holy shit, this is like when people talk about, oh, I'm living my dream. I am pursuing my dream. I know what that is now, and I can't recommend I can't recommend it enough. I don't know how else to say it. Whatever your dream is, go do it. I don't even know how. It's kind of like a light switch went off, to be honest. Do you guys want to know? Maybe I can talk forever. Should I tell the story really quick to new listeners how I even started this? I got to go to the DM conversation. It's kind of crazy to me. Actually, I'm reflecting. Episode 54, I got to reflect. Then I'm going to wrap. Try to keep this under an hour for you guys. I don't want to take too much of your time. So I was watching Duncan Trussell and Rogan. I think it was the last episode in his old studio before he moved. And I was watching it. And that day I'd posted something on my Instagram story, and one of my followers I've been talking to, he's been following me for a long time. He said something like, oh, let me find it. He goes, like, I want to frame this because this is literally how the podcast started, and I always thank him. So I said, okay, wait. Sorry. Could have ended this 5 minutes ago, but I'm not. What did he say? Oh, I posted. Oh, okay, I know. I posted a screenshot. This is what he responded to. This would be something I posted. I posted a Ben Shapiro podcast screenshot, and I wrote in big letters respect under it, because the title is episode 1085, blaming Trump for Antifa, and then I can't read the rest of the title because it cuts off. But I wrote respect because I listened to that episode. I was like, respect, what he said I really agreed with, and I was like, someone's saying, finally, someone fucking says it, spells it out. I don't agree with everything, but Ben Shapiro does a good job of spelling shit out that I think is easy to, you don't see it unless he's the one that says it, if that makes sense. The counterpoints to the Democrats. So anyways, this guy this follower, I'm telling the story of how I started this podcast. If you already know this story, tune out, subscribe to my Patreon, YouTube, all that shit, and you can leave right now. The door is open. You're welcome to leave, but I got to reflect. I posted the screenshot. He replied to it. And then he's like, I love me some Shapiro. He gives 0 fucks. Da-da-da. And then he's like, hell yeah, honestly, I'd love to pick your brain over all of this. I feel like you're one of the few people I see that's super logical in their thinking. Okay, that's nice. And I said, let's start a podcast. And then he's like, haha, I'm super down. I've wanted to do one for the last year. I was like, give me a topic. He's like, all my ideas are about business. This is bullshit. But we were just going back and forth. And then I'm watching the Duncan episode. And I took a picture. This is all recorded on one of my highlights, potty time. I documented how this started. And 10 minutes into the Rogan episode, I was like, I got my little headphones, my old shitty, wired Apple headphones with a microphone, and I pulled up Boss Jock, a podcast, or a mixing audio, whatever, recording thing, an app that I downloaded in college. I think I still have my iPhone 7 at that point. I think I've had this one for so long. This is like when everyone had the iPhone 4 and it looks so small compared to the new phone. Like, that's how I feel like this phone looks. It's like such a piece of shit. It's still working though after all these years. Anyways, I got Boss Jock downloaded from when I did a podcast in college. I did like a SoundCloud podcast, like 6 episodes, and dipped out because that's when I would set goals and I would never follow through with them and continue something long term like I'm doing with this. Episode 54 days in a row. Telling stories. So I like pulled that up, put my headphones in, stopped the Rogan episode, and I did a recap of 2020. Posted on SoundCloud because I didn't have an I didn't have a approval for the Apple podcast app at that point. And then the next day I did it. And then the next day I did it. And I got addicted. I was like, I just want to check in and do a fucking podcast 7 days a week. I love it. And here I am, 54 days later. So shout out to Kane. He's the guy that I was DMing, Kane. And I'm going to shout out his business. If you're in Arizona, he is the owner of Premier Pool Care. They put pools in people's backyards and they're beautiful. I think he has a TikTok, like a famous TikTok, Premier Pool Care on Instagram. Anyways, so that's how it started. And that's super organic to me when I think about it. I never intended to do this. It was never like on my radar. I was trying to do the vlog thing on YouTube. Like during my depression in the beginning of quarantine, I was trying to pull my shit together once a week and post a vlog, but it never felt as natural as this and as authentic as this. And so I think this is my fucking calling though. I can like I said, stream of consciousness is insane. It can go forever. I can talk all day long, never get bored of it. And that's where it's at. So happy Tuesday. There was a little 5-minute tangent for your ending. Repeat myself because I think I've told that story about 5 times now. Dude, I'm in month 2, okay? I'm not good at this yet. Am I good at this? I don't know. Leave a review and let me know. What do you think? Was this like a 2-star day? Was this a 5-star day? Anyways, I love you guys. Stick around if you're a patron for your shout out. And I will talk to you tomorrow for Wednesday's show. Bye!